adventurer I've turned out to be. No, Gerda, you can't think like that. That sort of attitude is not going to get Kay found any sooner, nor will it get you a safe place to sleep for the night. The only option is to keep going. Oh, hello, bird. I don't have any food with me, I'm sorry.
I don't need anything to eat, my lady. I'm a very old bird, and I don't eat much these days. But now, back when I was a younger bird.
You spoke?
What's that? Oh, yes. Twice in fact. First was in Crowspeak, right? Perhaps to help you know Crowspeak. Where I sound much more eloquent and refined than Crowspeak. You see, this very scenario is the reason why I encourage all creatures to learn at least 2 other languages. Alas, I never quite got the knack for Crowspeak. So you can be certain I've given it my best shot.
Well, I think your English sounds quite eloquent and refined.
Not like my Crowspeak, I'm afraid. You see my sweetheart? She's also a bird, you know, birds of a feather flock together. She says I'm positively poetic on my native tongue.
I believe it. Please, Mr. Crow, in all your flights above these trees, have you seen my friend Kay?
Thanks. Perhaps I have. Though a few years ago we may not have much to say to each other. I never quite got the knack for Crowspeak.
No. He's a boy, he's about my age, and he's a lot taller, and he has brown hair, and his eyes sparkle with life, and he may be off adventuring because he has said he's always wanted to do that. Although he said when he went, he would take me with him. Although he wasn't talking to me when he left, although I'm sure that...
I'm not sure I have seen this boy.
Oh.
However, it may be that I know what has come of him. You see, my sweetheart, she's also a bird, or you know.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Quite so. She lives in a palace.
A palace? What's Kay doing at a palace?
I was just coming to that, actually. You see, in the palace, there lives a beautiful princess, a sweet and charming lady, and clever. And one day she said to herself, "Shouldn't I be married? I'm about that age." And so she set out to find a man who she enjoyed talking to and she might marry. For strong people, handsome people will eventually grow old. A feeble but clever companion to old age would be great.
Kay is clever. He's the brightest boy in class. Has Kay won the princess?
Hold on. All the eligible men in the kingdom were invited to sit with the princess. Yeah, as each man took his turn to sit with her, he found himself distracted by her beauty, her splendor of the palace, or some other distraction, and he could not say more than 3 words to her. The princess found this exasperating and bewildering. Nobody said finding a lifetime companion would be easy.
Well, I've got to see him. Do you know how I can see him?
One more thing I should mention. You see, the prince. One day, you walked up. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. Walked up right past the guards and up to the princess's chamber, and he talked with her. They shared stories, they shared riddles, and they just seemed to be happy being with each other. All this I've heard from my sweetheart. He had not come to woo a princess at all, but to only meet and talk with such an interesting person.
Yes, that does sound like Kay.
Well, there you have it. Your friend is to be married into princess in only a few weeks' time.
Please, can you take me to her?
Follow me, my lady. We shall speak to my sweetheart. She may know the secret entrance to Kay's chamber you might see.
And so, Gerda ran the entire way behind the old man Crow, completely forgetting that she was tired from her long day journey. She was so excited that she had absolutely convinced herself that the young man in the Crow story was indeed Kay. And thus, she ran. It's amazing what a little bit of hope can do for a person.
And here she is, my dear, the one who's looking for her friend.
My darling has spoken so well of you. Your life story is quite touching.
I'm very pleased to meet you. Please, can you take me to Kay?
Now, I can't say for certain whether the prince is the lad you want or not without having seen your boy for myself, but I can certainly take you to him. We'll take the dreams pathway.
What's the dreams pathway?
Well, it's the path that dreams use to get to sleepers at night and back out again before before the sun rises and they have to disappear.
You can actually see dreams?
You mean you haven't, child?
Never.
Well, keep your eyes open. Tonight may be your night.
You two go on ahead. I should not wish any harm upon either of you. I do, after all, consider myself a gentleman before all else. Second, a crow. Third, a poet, or perhaps a philosopher.
The two journeyed through to find the secret passageway into the prince's chamber.
It must also be said I was once an excellent dancer.
One moment, please.
Most people say crows can't dance. That is till they have met me naturally.
Yes, why don't you dance? Right. As I was saying, the two went to the secret passageway up into the prince's chamber. Once or twice, Gerda Mayer had thought she'd seen a dream or something moving so quickly out of the corner of her eye. However, whoever it was, or whatever it was, moved too quickly for her to be sure.
Kay!
Yeah.
You're not Kay.
Yeah. Who's there?
No, you do look almost like him. Kay's a bit too young to have a beard.
Who are you? Step into the light, girl. Have you come alone?
A nice crow let me here. Oh, please don't hurt her. She was just trying to help.
A girl and her pet crow, huh? Well then, I haven't supposed you come to kill me while I sleep, now have you?
What? No. In fact, I didn't come for you at all. I thought maybe you would be my friend.
Stay back! I heard you shout, my love. Stay back from where you are. No one harms my betrothed.
You can put your sword away, beloved. I do not believe this girl and her pet crow mean us any harm.
She's not a pet. More like a friend.
How did you come to be here?
It's a long story.
Oh, we're awake now. Let's hear it.
Of course, you all know the entire story so far, so we can just skip ahead of this. By the time she finished her story, the sun had nearly risen.
And so, I thought perhaps I should find him here, but he's not here. And I'm no closer to finding him than I was when I started.
Oh, you poor child.
You're quite brave.
I'm really not. I just want to know if Kay's alright. That's all.
And we shall do all we can to help you, dear Gerda.
Really?
Of course. Why don't you get some sleep? You must be weary.
I suppose. It's been quite a while since
Why not take my bed then? Besides, I have work to do.
Beloved,
Yes,
you're still wearing your pajamas.
so I am. Good morning.
Gerda slept till past lunch. Nevertheless, the king and queen held a feast in her honor. She ate alongside the crows, who were promoted to official court crows, so long as they never told anybody about the entrance that led directly into the prince's chamber. Now, not only that, the prince and princess also gave her plenty of supplies, clothes made of the finest silk, food from all over the world, and he also sent messages to every town in his district, where he could ask if anybody had seen Kay. They also put in place a carriage to help her get further along in her journey.
You sure you can't stay with us a little while longer?
Well, I would love to, but I really must be on my way. Oh, and if I cannot find Kay, I will come back here and I'll see if you'll found him. But if I can find Kay, then Sunday he will come back to visit. Oh, and if he comes through here while I'm gone, do not let him leave. I will be back for him.
Do not worry. I shall fly directly to you to alert you of any knowledge or news myself.
We promise we'll look out for him.
Thank you.
I do believe we will see each other again, dear Gerda. But in the meantime, it's dangerous to go alone. So take this with you. I pray that you never use it. But it would be foolish to travel alone without a weapon.
Thank you.
Farewell. Farewell.
And so, Gerda left her friends, began to go out on her journey again to find Kay. She was well fed and in very, very high spirits.
Perhaps I'm not so bad at this adventuring business after all.
She said to herself. And they continued on to their journey. As they moved through the forests and the clearings, they passed rivers and mountains. And the rations and resources helped her get very far along the way. They asked around, asked in towns and villages, hey, have you seen Kay? Or has he passed through here at all? And unfortunately, none of the towns or villages has seen her yet. Has seen him, or really any travelers as of lately. Not with the Snow Queen out, that is. But, of course, the story wouldn't be a proper story if robbers didn't attack.
Halt! Halt! Halt, halt, halt.
Enough. I've already helped them. You don't all need to halt them.
I was helping Halton helpers.
Yeah, we're Halton helpers.
Well, now that it is properly halted, get in there and see what kind of loot they be carrying.
I found a girl.
And who else?
It's only me. Please don't hurt me.
Look, you don't want to be getting hurt in the rough woods like these. It ain't especially smart to be going around in a pretty little carriage and then pretty little clothes. You're a princess, I take it?
A princess her absurd. However, she does come in full authority of the princess and the prince. In their name, I command you.
Boss!
Ah!
Very well. You've brought this on yourself.
Put that thing down, you silly. I can already tell you have no idea how to use it.
Yes, I have. A bit.
I found food. There's so much food.
Good. We'll take it all back to camp. The carriage, the food, the animal, and the girl.
Outrageous. In whose name do you think you can?
In my name, of course.
Wait one red hot whoopsie-doo moment there, Missy. This is your outfit, and on top of that, you are my daughter. We takes it all in my name.
Do you even know your name?
Of course I do. You remember my name?
Isn't it Bob?
Is that my name or your name?
Bob?
Whatever. I'm hungry, so let's take this all back to camp, and then we can eat. You go home. I'm feeling generous today.
You can't expect us to walk all the way home. We've traveled for like miles.
Not you, just him. You'll ride with me. We can play together.
You'd never be friends with a common thief.
Okay. No. First of all, I'm hardly common. Second, who said anything about friends, okay? Come on, you're right next to me. I want a sandwich.
I will not lie to.
Go away!
I'm going to.
You, go. Drive. Hey, what about me? You have legs.
Carry me.
Where are you going?
As the robbers made their way back to the camp, as the robbers made their way back to the camp, Gerda told Edgar the robber girl top. Well, mostly Gerda top. And she told her, just like she told the old woman, the crow, and the prince and princess, all before her entire story. Great thing to do when you're captured. It's important to know. Now, the robber girl was going from listening intently to admiring all the pretty gifts the prince and princess had given her. And by the time they finished their conversation, the robber girl had already eaten 5 small loaves of bread, 3 apples, and half a wheel of cheese.
So, I left them all in the courtyard. It was so hard to say goodbye, especially to my good friend the crow. Shortly after that, I met your friends.
I think I like your muff. I think I'm gonna keep it. Actually, all of your clothes are quite pretty. They should fit me just fine.
You haven't listened to a word I said.
I have a bit. I mean, the parts that weren't boring. A lot of them weren't. And, I do think it'll have a happy ending once you get to the ending, that is.
You do?
I mean, yeah. There's something special about you, haven't you noticed? Like, everywhere you go, everyone likes you. Animals, people, even I like you. I don't like very many people. And wherever you go, sure enough, you know, whenever you need help, he will help you.
I don't feel very special. I'm not good at adventuring.
No, you're not. You're really, really bad. Really, really, really bad. But, you know, maybe that's the one special thing about you. Also, my mother may want to cook you later. What? I mean, she may not, but she might. She's a very peculiar woman. But don't worry. If she does try to cook you, I'll tell her, no! And she'll leave you alone.
You certainly aren't very respectful of her.
No, yeah, that's true. But then again, I'm a robber, so I'm not much of a role model anyway.
Fair enough.
Woo, we're here. Come on, you'll sleep in my tent. Oh, I can tell we're gonna have so much fun.
It took Gerda a little while to get used to living with the robbers. They never used spoons or forks whenever they ate. They always used knives, unless on the occasions where they used swords or tiny axes. They didn't bathe, and they smelled horrible. She had to steal everything she ate, so she didn't eat a lot. She can't really complain. She also found out that apparently, whenever she snores, the robber woman would pour a pitcher of water on her head, which coincidentally happened every single time the robber was bored. Now, the robber's woman's tent was pretty unique. It was full of animals that you'd think were stuffed until you realized they were all wild animals just too afraid to move.
Well, good night. Night. Yeah, no, I can't sleep. Sing me a song or something.
A song?
Sure.
Okay. One day, a duck fell in love with a frog that thought it was a turtle.
No, thank you. No. Anything but that. Literally anything.
Fine.
Oh, how about that, that boring story of yours? I kind of like it.
Okay. Well, I'll wait again back at my home with Kay, the greatest friend I've ever had, of course. And some nights I dream that he's nearby, but as soon as I get close enough to call him, he's upside on a sled. And I wake and I feel I shall never find him. Never mind the rest then. No, I shouldn't. It would be nice. It would be funny. But I do believe she sleeps with a knife under her pillow. I do not understand how that's comfortable. Someone there? I can't see you.
In the corner, darkness, the antlers.
Oh, it's you.
I know where your friend Kay is.
I'm sorry. I can't believe you. I've had too many false hopes. I can't run off on another wild goose chase.
Geese. It's anything but geese. We're talking about the pigeons.
Pigeons?
No, small, grayish white birds. Make
Well-
a soft cooing sound.
I know what pigeons are. Why are we talking about them?
Because, so ever since I heard your story, I've been asking other animals around here if they've seen any boy that matches your description. Well, just around yesterday evening, I was asking 2 pigeons, and they said that they saw a snow queen flying with someone who matches his description. They often see her flying at midnight, but this time it's different. She had a small little boy with brown hair and a sling on his back. Someone that matches the exact description of your Kay.
Do the pigeons know where the snow queen has taken it?
They didn't see where she went, but they said she was flying north, towards Lapland, my homeland.
Could it really be him?
I've never known a pigeon to be a liar, like ever.
All of the mushrooms, I say. Every last one. Oh.
So, do you think it's really him?
I do believe so. It shouldn't be too difficult to get there if you have, let's say, a big strong ranger to help.
You can take me!
No, Mommy. I don't want to pet the snails. They're so yucky.
Well, I guess she'll have to let us go. I'll ask her in the morning. I'm sure she will.
A
so excited she could barely sleep. She thought that tomorrow would never come. When she woke up, she explained to the rubber girl what she needed and what it meant to her.
So, you want me to let you go?
If you'd be so kind.
And the reindeer?
I'm sorry, there's really no other way.
I like that reindeer.
Please. Kay is important to me.
It's gonna be cold in the north, so you'll probably need your winter boots, but I'm keeping your muff because I like it.
So you will let us go?
And you'll probably need a couple loaves of bread and some meat too, but not too much. If you didn't help steal it, you don't get to eat too much. And trust me, you were never any help stealing things.
Thank you so much.
I'm only doing it because I get really, really tired of you crying your eyes out every night.
Of course.
Hey, Ranger, here, now. You be very careful with this young lady, you understand me? If I hear that you've lied about all this just to steal away your own freedom, I will go and have my mother cook you rare. I may even do it myself. Are we clear?
Crystal,
You can talk.
my mother always told me, if you don't have anything nice to say, just keep your mouth shut.
Wait, Gerda.
You might get into trouble. Obviously, try not to, because you're really bad with one of those, but Gerda, I don't want you to die up there.
Thank you. I don't want you to die, either. Good. Are you crying?
No, go.
And so, Gerda and the reindeers left the robber camp. That reindeer